Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Kishore Gopinath Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Kishore Gopinath Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Arati Keshova Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Arati Keshova Janavi Tatavane Jagamana Lova Janavi Tatavane Jagamana Loba
Yakineni taichan Bamigadadhara Yakineni taichan Bamigadadhara Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachachadara Nikate Advaita Srini Vasachachadara Bosi Ache Gorachand Radna Singh Hasani Bosi Ache Gorachand Radna Singh Hasani Aruti Korena Brahma Hasani Aruti Korena Brahma Adi Devagani Nara Hari Hari Kori Chamara Dulaya Nara Hari Hari Kori Chamara Dulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Gosharigaya O Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Gosharigaya Shankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Shankar Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala O Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Shanka baje, ganta baje, madur, madur, madur baje. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madur, madur, madur baje. Madur, madur, madur baje. Madur, madur, madur baje. Haribo, 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 Gora Haribo. Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujvala. Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujvala. Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada Shuka Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gorara Sampada O Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gorara Sampada Shiva Jaya Jaya Gorachan Arati Keshova Jaya Gorachan Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Lova Gorangira Rotik Shobha Jagajana Mana Lova Gorangira Rotik Shobha Jagajana Mana Lova Jagajanamana Loba Haribo 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 Nitagora Haribo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Reshatarine Prabhupada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hey Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Gaura Premanandi. Jaya Vishnupada. Standing. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Dayane. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Shila Tankana Kalaye. Ito Nirsingho Parato Nirsingho. Yato Yato Yamitato Nirsingho. Bahir Nirsingho Hridaya Nirsingho. Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapadye. Avakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadvita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Nrsingadev, 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 Jaya Nrsingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Oh, Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai.
Now, if everyone can please bend down and pay obeisances, we'll do the pranam prayers. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribhavgacharya Astotara Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribhavgacharya Astotara Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Shri Shri Mayapur Dham ki Shri Mathura Dham ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Bhakti Devi ki Tulsi Devi ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Kirchar Gopinath ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki. Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hare Hari Bol. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. If everyone could please have a seat. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, please have a seat and try to move as close to me as possible. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Please come in a little bit closer, and everyone who's standing, please have a seat. We will now be having our spiritual talk, and then that will be followed by our vegetarian feast, and then 8 o'clock arti with kirtan.
Is this on? Yeah.
I'm going to introduce you first.
Announcements?
Yeah, I'm going to just introduce you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, if everyone could please be quiet as we're going to be starting our spiritual talk. Thank you. Okay, so today's talk will be given by Her Grace Prabhupada Priya Devi Dasi. She has been in ISKCON for over 32 years, and in her time, she has distributed hundreds and thousands of Srila Prabhupada's books, spent 19 years serving in Vrindavan and Mayapur, has raised 2 Krishna-conscious children, and helped many others become devotees. She is currently a Vanaprastha, serving as the zonal supervisor for the state of Texas and educational director for Krishna House in Dallas. She is a highly accomplished scholar in our movement, having completed Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Bhava, and also Bhakti Vedanta. She is a writer, mentor, mediator, and teacher, known all over the world for her amazing classes and seminars. Let's all give a warm welcome to Her Grace Prabhupada Priya Devi Dasi.
Hare Krishna, and welcome, and so nice to be here with you today. So today's presentation is on a topic, as you can see here, is Krishna immoral? So here in the Hare Krishna temple, or ISKCON, we're very focused on Krishna, in case you hadn't noticed. After all, we are the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we're trying to think of Krishna, worship Krishna, tell people about Krishna, get everyone to chant Hare Krishna. And yet, Krishna is a very controversial personality. Krishna does things which raise eyebrows, right? So many people, when they hear about Krishna's pastimes, they may consider Krishna's character to be somewhat questionable, if not immoral. And for that reason, for some of the reasons is because in Krishna's childhood, Krishna is famous for being mischievous, right? He's known as the butter thief, Makan Chor. He breaks into other people's homes and he raids their storerooms and steals butter and sometimes feeds it to the monkeys. Not something that you would want your children doing, right? So, And also as his youth, he's known as a playboy. He teases the young girls. Here in this picture you see how they're bathing in the river and he sneaks up on them. He takes their clothes and he climbs up into a tree and hides the clothes up there so they can't get them, so they have to come out naked. What is that? What, even a normal civilized person wouldn't do that. What to speak of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is supposed to be the emblem of good qualities, who holds us to our moral standards? What's going on? And then it gets even worse. So later, Krishna in his youth, he plays his transcendental flute and calls the gopis from their homes. These are married women, and he dances in the forest with these women who are other men's wives. So it's a little sketchy, to say the least, right? This character of Krishna. And therefore, many people in the Vedic tradition or Hindu tradition, coming from India, prefer to worship the Lord in the form of Lord Vishnu, who is the creator and maintainer of the universe, the Lord of Vaikuntha. Or they prefer to worship Lord Ram, who's very noble and chivalrous, and he's very attentive to doing things according to Dharma, setting a good example for the people in general. So for Lord Vishnu and Lord Ram, it's very easy to have a very reverential and worshipful mood. And Krishna, it's a little different. So why would anyone worship Krishna? So in this seminar, we're going to take a closer look at the pastimes of Krishna, specifically these pastimes of Krishna, which may be considered immoral. And we're going to try to get a better understanding of them by viewing them through the lens of our acharyas. So first of all, let's look at Krishna's butter-stealing pastimes. So Krishna grew up in a community of cowherders, so everyone had tons of dairy products in their homes: milk, yogurt, butter, ghee. And butter was Krishna's favorite. So he would often be enacting this pastime of climbing up, sometimes on a grinding mortar or some boxes, or sometimes on the shoulders of his friends, to reach the butter pots that were hanging from the rafters of the storerooms. And he would eat butter to his full satisfaction, and also sometimes distribute any leftover butter to the monkeys. So this was a lot of fun for Krishna. And we have to remember that it's not that Krishna was hungry, and it's not that he needed to go to other people's houses to get butter, because his father was Nanda Maharaj. He was the king of all the cowherd men. His family had 900,000 cows. That's a lot of cows. So they had tons of milk, tons of butter. There was no shortage in their household. And also there was no butter or no milk that was better than that produced by Nanda Maharaj's cows. And there was no butter that was filled with love more than that butter which was churned out by Mother Yashoda, whose whole life and soul was just immersed in love for Krishna. So, but still, Krishna would go to other people's houses. He would go to the neighbors, and sometimes he would get caught, because the gopis, we're talking about the elderly gopis who are all like mothers to Krishna. They were very keen to catch Krishna in the act of stealing. And sometimes they would set little traps. They would make some strategies to try to catch him in the act. And for example, one time, one gopi, she took all these bells, hundreds and thousands of bells, and she strung them on strings, and she hung them all over the storeroom. She hung them all around the butter pots, everywhere. So when Krishna came, he was like, oh no, this is going to be difficult. How am I going to steal the butter without making any sound? So then he said to the bells, now listen, bells, I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Remember that? I'm the Supreme Controller, and I'm telling you, whatever happens, you cannot ring. You can't make any sound. So the bells said, okay, Krishna, we understand. We're not going to make any sound whatsoever. So Krishna was climbing. He was bumping into bells. Bells weren't making any sound at all. He was, going up, and swinging the strings that the bells were on. No sound whatsoever. So Krishna's like, all right, it's working. And then he reaches into the butter pot. He gets a big, juicy handful of creamy butter. And as soon as he puts it in his mouth, all the bells start ringing. Ding, 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 like a big alarm. And then Krishna, what's going on? I told you not to ring. You promised me you wouldn't ring. They said, we're sorry, Krishna, but in the scriptures it says that whenever you eat, a bell has to be ringing. We can't go against the Shastras. So then the gopis would come running out whenever they got some clue that Krishna was in the house, and they would shout at him and they would chase him, and they would go to Mother Yashoda and complain. So they would say, Mother Yashoda, this son Krishna of yours, he's such a nuisance. Practically on a daily basis he's coming, he's breaking in, he's stealing our butter, he makes a huge mess, such a waste. You know how long, I mean, you churn butter yourself. You know how long it takes to churn butter. It takes hours, it's hard work, and it all just gets wasted on the floor, contaminated by the monkeys. You have to do something about this. So then Mother Yashoda says, all right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ground him. I'm going to just lock him in the house, tie him up. He's not going anywhere. You won't see him in your house again. And then as soon as she says that, all the elderly gopis are like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. We want him to come to our house. We want to see Krishna. So then they totally change their tunes. They're like, no, don't ground him. That would be a terrible thing. So what they're revealing here is that they actually take great pleasure in Krishna coming to their house and stealing their butter. In fact, that's the whole reason that they churn butter. That's the only reason that they're churning butter, is for Krishna to come and steal it. Because in Vraj, everybody's heart and soul is Krishna. And the perfection of their lives is for Krishna to come to their house and give them their darshan so that they can see him, and it just increases their love and affection. And when love for Krishna increases, then the happiness of the soul increases infinitely. So the only reason that Krishna steals butter is to give pleasure to the devotees. And we're going to see that this is a theme in all of Krishna's pastimes, especially those that seem to be immoral. That Krishna has a higher purpose. He has a higher standard of morality. And it's not about what is right and what is wrong, but it's about what gives pleasure, what gives happiness to his devotees, what increases the love of his devotees. So let's go to the next thing. Stealing the young gopis' clothes. So I have a question for all of the women in the audience. All right, so ladies, pay attention, this is for you. How would you feel if you were bathing in a sacred river, right? You make a holy pilgrimage to India, you're bathing in the Ganga, you're bathing in Radhakund or Yamuna, and then you're not paying attention, you're just immersed in your prayers, and then some man comes along and just takes your clothes and just runs away. How would you feel towards that person? Not very good, right? What a rascal! Who is this guy? Call the police, right? Some creepy guy. He just wants to come out and see us half-dressed and make a joke about it. So when we try to evaluate the Lord's pastimes through our own mundane viewpoint, it comes out a little skewed. So what we have to really remember in this circumstance is that Krishna is not an ordinary person. He's not just some ordinary creepy guy who's playing a prank and wants to make us uncomfortable. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And actually, his pastimes are not deplorable at all, even these kinds of pastimes. But in fact, these pastimes like this only increase his glories. He's glorified for this pastime of stealing the young gopis' clothes. Has anyone ever been to Mangalarti at Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan? Raise your hand if you have. A few of you. So those of you who have been there, you know that they sing this song. It's a song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It goes, Ravananta kara makana taskara gopi jana vastrahari. So this last phrase, gopi jana vastrahari, means one who takes away the clothes of the gopis. So this is a glorification that devotees sing every morning in front of the deities, that we glorify you as Gopi Jana Vastrahari, the person who took away the gopis' clothes and took them up into the tree where they couldn't get them and gave them so much trouble. And in fact, the gopis, they weren't even wearing swimming gear. They were totally naked there in the river. So it was very embarrassing and awkward for them in that situation. So why do pure devotees like Bhaktivinoda Thakur glorify Krishna for stealing the clothes of the gopis. So let's again take a closer look at this pastime. So here this picture is all the unmarried gopis. These were the young girls who were not yet married. And as was the custom in those days, any unmarried girls at a certain age, when they started thinking of marriage, they would go and worship the goddess Katyayani, who's a form of goddess Durga, for the sake of getting a good husband. And they would perform all kinds of austerities. They would eat only plain khichdi with no salt, no spices, and only once a day. They'd wake up very early and go do their morning rituals to worship goddess Katyayani. And they would do that for a whole month. It's the month after Kartik. And at the end of the month, they would complete the vrat, they would complete their vow by taking a ceremonial bath. And so they did all this by the bank of the Yamuna, and when it was time for their ceremonial bath, they all dipped into the Yamuna. And they weren't shy about going in naked, because this was an area that no men would ever go. It was only these sacred bathing ghats in India. There's some areas for the men and areas for the women, and the men would not go into the women's areas, the women's wouldn't go into the men. So it was safe. It was as safe as their own home. So they just took off their clothes, went into the river. But one thing important to note is that while they were doing their month-long vrat, as a part of their worship of goddess Katyayani, every day they would offer a specific prayer, and they would all offer this same prayer. And this is what they were praying for. They would say, Katyayani Mahamaye, Mahayogin Nanda Gopa Sutam Devi, Patim Me Kurute Namaha. So you recognize some words here, right? Nanda Gopa Sutam. Nanda Gopa means Nanda Maharaj, the king of the Gopas, the cowherd man, and Sutam means son. So they're praying that this Nanda Gopa Sutam, the son of Nanda Maharaj, becomes their Pati. Pati me kurute namaha. O goddess Katyayani, O great potency of the Lord, O possessor of great mystic power and mighty controller of all, please make the son of Nanda Maharaj my husband. I offer my obeisances to you. So Krishna is in Vrindavan, he's a young boy. But we know that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is omniscient. He knows everything. He knows everybody's thoughts, feelings, desires. And so he knew exactly what the gopis were thinking. He's called Yogeshvareshvara. Not is he only Yogeshvara, the master of all yoga, or the master of all mystic powers, but he's Yogeshvareshvara, the master of all masters of mystic power. He's the Supreme Yogeshvara. And so he was aware of what the gopis were doing. And so, Gatas Tat Karma Siddhaye, he went there to that place to award the gopis the perfection of their endeavor. He knew exactly what they wanted. They wanted him as their husband. And so he thought, I'm going to go there and I'm going to accept all of them as my wives. So the way that he did that was by stealing their clothes. Because it's a fact that only the husband, it's only the only person who can see a woman naked in her, adulthood is her husband. So he thought, I can't marry them all because socially it can't be done now because he's too young and it just wouldn't work out. And so he thought the only way that I can actually accept them as my wives is to go there and somehow or other see them naked. And then because only the husband can see the girl naked, then when I see them naked, that means that I'm their husband. That was his logic. So that was the whole reason that he stole their clothes, is just to fulfill their desires. And when he went there, he didn't just, after stealing clothes, there was all these conversations, these joking conversations that took place where he was teasing them and they were giggling and they were, calling him all kinds of names. And then he was responding back with all kinds of, what Srimad Bhagavatam calls parokshavad, or indirect speech. Some joking words where they say one thing, but it means another thing. And then they would also say one thing and it means another thing. And there are all these, nuances and innuendos and accusations. And it was all very fun. So the gopis, this was actually the first time that these young girls had ever talked to Krishna, because it was totally forbidden for a young unmarried girl to talk to a boy in that culture. And now they were getting so much attention by Krishna that they were so happy. And so it says there in the verse in Bhagavatam, Gopya Prema Pariplutaha, that the gopis became fully immersed in ecstatic love. And so we see here again in this pastime that Krishna's sole motivation for doing anything, moral or immoral, in the eyes of society, was to increase the love of his devotees, to make them happy, and to increase the bliss in their loving relationship. So that's the whole purpose of this pastime. Now we'll go to the most difficult one. This is a very difficult one to justify. Krishna dancing with other men's wives. Oh my goodness. We're worshiping this person who does this kind of stuff. So even Parikshit Maharaj was a little unsure about this. And so in Bhagavatam, he asked a question to Shukadev Goswami. He says, Sakatam dharma setunam vaktakarta birakshita pratipam acharad brahman paradaram bimarshanam. So dharma setu means the restrictive codes of moral behavior. And he's saying that he, Krishna, is Vakta. He is the original speaker of these codes of morality. And he's also Karta. He's the executor of morality. And he is Abhirakshita. He's the protector of morality, right? He says that when dharma is compromised, then he comes to reestablish the principles of religion. Dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So then he says sakatam. So how is it possible that pratipam acharet, that he behaves, his achar, his behavior is in a way that's totally opposite of dharma? How is it possible? Please explain to me. That how is it that he is para dara bimarshanam, touching the wives of others? That's his question. So Shukadev Goswami answers he uses an analogy. He says that it's just like a child playing with his own reflection. He says, Lord Krishna, the original Lord Narayan, master of the goddess of fortune, took pleasure in the company of the young women of Raj by embracing them, caressing them, and glancing lovingly at them as he smiled his broad, playful smiles. It was just as if a child were playing with his own reflection. Because we have to remember again that Krishna is not an ordinary person. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And not only is he God, but he is the absolute truth. The difference is that God means the Supreme Being. So if somebody is God, that means there are so many things, so many other people who are not God. Right? Like, I'm not God, this microphone is not God, the table is not God. So the concept of God is a little limiting. So we don't say that Krishna is God, we say that Krishna is the absolute truth, the param satyam. Because absolute truth includes everything that exists. Everything moving, everything non-moving, all the energies, the material world, the spiritual world, everything. So understanding Krishna to be the param satyam, the absolute truth, means that the gopis are also his energies. And we know that Srimati Radharani and all the gopis are expansions of his Hladini Shakti, or his pleasure-giving potency. And so in the Rasa Leela, in the Rasa dance, the gopis are there, they're all Krishna's energies. And he expands himself into different forms to dance with each gopi, so those are also expansions of himself. So everything there, and all the trees that are there, the birds that are singing, they're all expansions of Krishna. The moon in the sky is Krishna's energy, right? The moonbeams, the night, the music that's playing, everything is just Krishna's energies. So it's just like Krishna is playing with his own energies. He's enjoying his own energies in the same way that you see the child is enjoying playing with his own reflection. The reflection is nothing but him, right? But he's having fun there with it. So the gopis, they're nothing but Krishna in a different form. Simultaneously Krishna and not Krishna. And he's just enjoying his own reflection like that. So, but someone might think, someone may still argue, okay, I understand that Krishna's playing with his own energies. But still, Krishna's supposed to set a good example for others. And you know, other people can't go and dance with other people's wives. That would be totally wrong. They would be punished by that, by the laws of karma, which are set by Krishna. And Krishna himself says in the Bhagavad Gita that yat yat acharati shrestas tat tad eve haro jana, sayat pramanan kurute lokas tad anuvartate. That whatever action a great man performs, common men follow, and whatever standards he sets by his exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So Krishna is aware of this principle, that whatever a great person does, other people are going to follow the leader, right? And he's also aware that he himself is a great personality, and people are going to follow him. So how do we reply to this concern? Well, Shukadeva Goswami addresses this also in the Bhagavatam. He says that people need to understand the difference between a great personality like the Lord and ordinary people like us. He says a great personality is just like a blazing fire which devours everything that's fed into it. You can put any kind of garbage into a huge fire and it's just going to burn it up. It's just going to burn it to ashes, and the thing will become purified, and the fire also will not become contaminated. Whereas if we are like tiny little sparks, you know, if you put some garbage on us, we're just going to be smothered by the garbage and extinguished, and we'll just become contaminated by the garbage. But Krishna is like a huge fire. So the thing is that materialistic people are always looking for some way to justify their sinful activities. They think that if Krishna did it, then so can I. Krishna's God, he's the exemplary person, he's the role model for all of us to follow, so if he did it, so can I. But then Shukadeva Goswami raises this point, that Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill with the little finger of his left hand, and he held it there for 7 days and 7 nights. Can you do that? Krishna displayed the universal form. On Arjuna's request, he just showed that within himself is all the planets of the universe, everything, all the different expansions of Lord Vishnu, everything in creation, all there in one place. Can you do that? And what to speak of Krishna, even Lord Shiva, who is just an expansion, a partial expansion of Krishna, he drank a huge ocean full of poison that was generated from the churning of the ocean of milk. And he held it in his throat, and he didn't become even sick. He didn't become even dizzy by drinking an ocean of poison, which if we just drank a tiny drop of it would kill us immediately. So we can't do the same things that great personalities do. So there are certain things that Krishna does that he says we should do, like perform our prescribed duties, like in his pastimes in Dwarka, he wakes up early in the morning, he does his morning meditation, he performs some sacrifices, he goes to his job, he goes to the Sudharma assembly house and performs his daily services there. So he says these pastimes should be imitated. Ordinary people should follow this example. But then there are other pastimes which he says they are not to be imitated. So we have to take these warnings and not just think that because Krishna is doing it, that we can do it. But from another point of view, though, Krishna's Rasa Leela doesn't set a bad example at all. In fact, it sets the best example, which is the example of the gopis. So in the Rasa Leela, when Krishna plays his flute, the gopis leave everything. They just leave everything and go running to Krishna. So they set the standard for the highest standard of pure devotional service, full surrender, that I don't care about my reputation, I don't care about my personal comfort, I don't care about my material security, all I care about is Krishna. I just want Krishna to be happy, and my whole life is for Krishna's pleasure. So this is the best example, the purest example of devotional service that we can see is the example of the gopis. So we see that in general, Krishna's Rasa Leela is a shining example of selfless service to others, in that Krishna wanted to satisfy the desires of the gopis to have a particular relationship with him. He knew that all the gopis wanted to have him as their husband, as their lover, and so he called them to engage with him like that. And also he wanted to glorify the gopis as superior to even himself, that their level of surrender, the service that they did for him in giving up their families. Krishna didn't give up his family. He didn't give up Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So their sacrifice for him was greater than his sacrifice for them. And so he wants to glorify their bhakti as being the best, that it's so amazing that even he can't repay them for their spotless service. And he also wanted to show us, practicing devotees, what pure love and complete surrender looks like, so we know what to aspire for. So we can set that as our goal that we're aspiring to attain in our practices. And finally, he wanted to attract the minds of mundane people by exhibiting his conjugal rasa. Because people are interested in romance, they're interested in adventure, they like all these kinds of things. Movies, novels that are most attractive are full of these kinds of stories. So people become attracted by Krishna's Rasa Leela, by his loving dealings with the gopis, and they hear about it, and by hearing about it, they become purified of their lust, and they become attracted to Krishna, and their lives become purified. So although we see that some of Krishna's pastimes may appear to be immoral from our mundane point of view, if we take a closer look at them, we can see that everything that Krishna does is actually pure and impeccable, irreproachable. And that Krishna actually observes the highest standard of morality because he's willing to sacrifice his own reputation. He's happy to be known as immoral. He's happy to go down in history as a thief, as a mischief monger, as a playboy, whatever people want to think about him, in order to increase his devotees' happiness, to increase his devotees' love, to spread the glories of his devotees, and to attract all souls to his devotional service, so that they can also enter into his pastimes and enjoy those blissful pastimes with him eternally. So this is how wonderful Krishna is. He's the most moral, the most wonderful, and by following him, we can make our lives perfect. So I want to close by saying that this coming weekend, we all have an opportunity to take part in one of Krishna's most intimate pastimes, that is Ratha Yatra, where Lord Jagannath, who is Krishna in his most ecstatic form, leaves the temple. Usually we see him here on the altar, Jagannath Bali Subhadra. So Lord Jagannath, Krishna leaves the temple accompanied by his brother Balaram and sister Subhadra, and they're going to go for a transcendental ride in the chariot, and they're inviting all of us to accompany them, to take part in this wonderful pastime in which he's going to bestow his mercy upon everyone in the city of Toronto, everyone who has the good fortune to be able to see him and come in contact with him. So we need all of you to be there to take part in this blissful festival, to join the kirtan, to pull others into it. So please come, bring your friends, bring your family members, and we're all going to accompany the Lord and the devotees on the ferry boats and go over to Center Island and have a huge festival there for the pleasure of the Lord. So that will take place on this coming Saturday the 13th and Sunday also the 14th. So if you can't make it on Saturday, come on Sunday. If you can't make it on Sunday, come on Saturday. But come for some of it, if not all of it, at least part of it. And guaranteed, you're going to have an ecstatic time. So I'll finish here. And thank you all very much for your attention. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhupada Priya Devi Dasi. Let's all give another round of applause for that wonderful and very sweet class about Krishna's intimate pastimes. And so Prabhupada Priya Mataji, she just told about what's going to be happening this weekend. And it's very exciting because this is our biggest festival of the year. And Lord Jagannath, Lady Subhadra, and Lord Baladev are literally going to come off the altars and come outside for all of Toronto to see their beautiful, shining, and happy smiles. And who is so excited to see that? And so this Friday, which is literally 5 days from now, can you believe it? It is going to be the annual 12-hour Kirtan, which is actually Toronto's biggest Kirtan festival. Haribo! And so that happens from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and we're actually flying in so many Kirtan leaders from around the world. And I'm just going to reveal a few of them who will be coming. So we'll be having Gauramani Dasi, Kirtan Premi Das, Amala Kirtan Das, Chandramouli Maharaj, Sundar Chaitanya Maharaj, Ajamal Prabhu, Bhakti Anugraha Janardhan Maharaj, Vrindavani Dasi, Deva Madhava Das, Baladev Das, Keshava Madhava, Vasudev Krishna, and so many more who will be coming all the way from around the world. So please stay tuned. The schedule will be releasing this Wednesday. And so for more information about the 12-hour Kirtan, you can follow Kirtan Festo on Instagram. And any information about the festival, go to festivalofIndia.ca. And so then on Saturday is going to be the big Rath Yatra festival with 3 beautiful chariots, which will be starting at Yangon Dundas and going all the way down Yonge Street to the harbor front. And so this is a big festival. It's going to continue on Center Island. And then the next day on Sunday, July 14th, Center Island activities continue. So I'm going to have Satyabhama Mataji talk more about how you can contribute and more about the festival. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So when I come, I always ask, right? Those of you who know me. So as you know, next weekend is our biggest weekend, big festival. We have to get Lord Jagannath to the island. And you just heard how many guests are coming over, and there'll be lots of prasadam and so many different activities. So I just wanted to give you a few updates. If you want to participate, there's different ways to do it. You can volunteer your time. You can invite all your friends. We need all of you to take the cards. These are our Rath Yatra cards that are up at the front desk. So we would like all of them gone by today. So each one of you, when you exit today, grab a pile of these cards and distribute them to everybody you see over the next week, because we would like to host the whole of Toronto on the island. I don't know how we are going to cook for so many people, but that's the goal, to have everyone come out to the island. We need a lot of help. We need help with donations. You can sponsor Bhoga. There's a Bhoga list outside, and you might find something there that you would like to sponsor. So we are there waiting for you, so you can come and have a look. We also have a very unique way of raising donations, and that is to actually get Lord Jagannath travel. So we have a very nice thermometer outside with a chariot, which shows how far devotees have dragged Lord Jagannath already. So you can sponsor 1 meter for $20 and make sure that the Lord actually reaches the waterfront. Otherwise, we are going to be stuck halfway on Yonge Street. So that will not be so nice for the city. So we would like you to come and sponsor a meter. You know, every little bit counts. So you can help by getting Jagannath move ahead by a meter. We still have quite a few meters left. There's a very nice depiction outside. So please come and see me there. We have these cards which have a QR code. It's very simple to donate. You can just use the QR code with your phones and go in and donate. So these are the cards that are outside. So please come. We have only 1 week left, not even. Next Sunday at this time, Lord Jagannath is going to be back from the island already at 6 o'clock. Please note, we do not have a regular Sunday feast program next Sunday, but of course the deities will be here. There will be darshan and aarti and everything else. So just to alert you, ferry tickets, those of you who are new or have never been to our Rath Yatra before, remember the lineup for the ferries are very, very long. It's a good idea to either book tickets online for the ferry, or you can purchase the tickets here at the temple in the boutique. So those of you who intend to go there and want to get there fast, I would strongly recommend that you buy your ferry tickets ahead of time. So that will save you a lot of time. For any other information, please feel free to come and see me there. I'm here till the end of the night today, and we'll be very happy to talk to you about the Rath Yatra. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Satyabhama Mataji. So who is coming to the Rath Yatra Festival? Jai Jagannath. Okay, so now we have a few more announcements before it's Prashadam time. So do we have anyone here who, for the first time or visiting the first few times? Welcome, Hare Krishna. So anyone who is new here, we do have tour guides. We have Devanshi. Okay. So it's just Devanshi who will show you around the temple, and she's very sweet. Okay, and so today's cooks we're going to give a very special thanks to Mahayan Prabhu, Katvanga Prabhu, Sudevi Mataji, and Shama Sundari Mataji. Let's all give a round of applause for the cooks today. Let's also give a heartfelt thanks to our sponsors of today's Sunday feast. So we have 7 sponsors. So Mr. and Mrs. Karan and Niru Badwal on the wedding of their son, Sandeep Sethi and family for their 10th wedding anniversary, Sulochana Das is seeking blessings from Lord Krishna and the devotees, the Bose family seeking blessings for their son Rishi Raj on the occasion of his birthday, the twins Reina Shah and Ravina Shah on the occasion of their birthday on July 9th, Murlidhar Seva Prabhu on the occasion of his wife Kripamai Devi Dasi's birthday tomorrow, and an anonymous sponsor. So let's all give a round of applause for the sponsors, and let's also chant the Maha Mantra 3 times to seek the blessings of Shri Shri Radha Kirchur Gopinath. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if you would like to sponsor today's feast, I know there's 7, but you can also, if you want, or any other upcoming Sundays, kindly approach the devotee at the front desk. And so we're also thrilled to share that His Holiness Bhakti Anugraha Janardhan Swami Maharaj will be visiting our temple this week, and he'll be giving a Srimad Bhagavatam class at 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, July 9th. So everyone is welcome to join this special Srimad Bhagavatam class. We also invite you to join us for the Sri Jagannath Welcome Festival on Saturday, July 20th from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. So this is when Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev come back from the island. We're all going to welcome them back to the temple. And then also another announcement is that ISKCON Toronto has an official podcast channel called Transcendental Talks Toronto, which is a regular episodic series where you get to know devotees within the community. And you'll be able to catch this Transcendental Talks podcast on multiple platforms, including YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And you can also follow the Instagram page at Transcendental Talks for exciting content. Also, our beautiful boutique has wonderful selection of new saris, dhotis, shirts, and more. So please go and visit the boutique for some outfits if you don't have anything for this weekend. And explore Darshan Times events and festivals by visiting the temple website at torontokrishna.com. Our last announcement is that the DD doors will be opening at 8 o'clock for the Aarti, so please kindly finish your prasadam by then and exit the temple hall. Thank you, Hare Krishna, and you can now enjoy the prasadam. Haribol! Oh, one more announcement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please, just one more little thing. Today we are celebrating the birthday of a very special devotee that you will always see on the altar. She's very shy, so we are having a difficult time bringing her out. So just hang on. So it is very important to appreciate devotees, appreciate everybody around us. It's a very, very unique quality of a devotee to always appreciate someone else. And we all want to do that because we like to be appreciated. Do you agree? Agree or not agree? Yeah. So here she is. When she comes in, please give her a big round of applause. Her service is applaudable, truly. She will not come. There she is. Okay, we're going to chant Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. This is Mother Satvadhanu Mataji. She has been serving our deities for over 3 decades. And today is her birthday. So please give her your best wishes. that she can continue her service to the degree that she has been. And she is the wife of our head pujari. Both of them are our head pujaris. And personally taking care of Radha Kirchor Gopinath, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and Gaur Nitai for over 3 decades. Happy birthday, Mataji.